21, baby! There is not going to be a sober video on this channel again. You may think this is wine. It's actually grape juice mixed with vodka, which I thought would be a good idea, and I was completely and totally wrong in ways you will never know. Or I hope you'll never know. Don't do this. Anyway, you probably have no idea what's going on because this video is a sequel to a video that was made a year ago and has 34 views. In case you didn't know, and you didn't, January 8th is my birthday, but much more importantly, it is the anniversary of this channel's creation, and I see nothing better to do with a arbitrary amount of time than to get introspective. So just like I did last year, we are going to review all of the videos made in the previous year. Just go from that, analyze this Wyatt the Word Weaver channel. So, in the year 2018, the Wyatt the Word Weaver channel published 13 videos to YouTube. A few more than that were made, and a dozen more than a dozen more scripts were written, but that is what got put onto the channel, 13 videos. This was less than half of the videos created in 2017, because in 2018, Wyatt occasionally had a plan. Didn't start out well. First video of the year was definitely the worst, with pretty much everything possible going wrong. Oh, it's so bad. The whole thing was just a bad idea. The concept was to do a research project, which Wyatt is terrible at doing because that requires time and work and research and getting things right, and sometimes you can't find the facts that back up what you want to say, and you get things wrong. And it was like 3 scripts that got like slammed together into one video. It's kind of like the Batman v Superman of Wyatt videos. It just wasn't good. Don't watch it. After that, Wyatt made 2 2017 retrospective videos on his favorite things for that year, which is not going to happen this year because I have better things to do. But those videos were actually really fun, and as style goes, they were very similar in execution to the Baby Driver video a month prior. The biggest knock against these videos, of course, is that they are blurry, and the lighting in that room is terrible, and it just looks like ass. In March, we would get a treat with Wyatt putting out Devilman Crybaby is Trash, Watch Me Prove It. And that was a fun video to make. It actually wasn't, but yeah. The script for that video isn't as tight as I would like for it to be, mostly because it was written in this passionate, rage-fueled frenzy while still kind of trying to be an illusion of balanced and fair, which I would never do these days, because why? What's the point? But the real joy of this video was a real jump up in quality in the personality of Wyatt. There was a lot more vigorous passion between line delivery, trying to throw in some jokes, even getting a pinch experimental with his editing, going out of his comfort zone here and there. Not to say the video is well edited, Wyatt is still just competent at being mediocre. That is how I would put Wyatt's editing style. This video would also be Wyatt's first experience with arguments in a comment section, which there were actually less of than I thought there'd be. Most of the comments were agreeing with me. Good to know people have taste. Cheers to y'all. And the video gave Wyatt some experience with making negative videos, which ended up being a lot less fun than he thought they'd be. I don't think I'm gonna do another unless it's like really, really necessary, which it probably will be. Or if I ever like get the courage to finally write that video on Fate Apocrypha, which that'll be fun. So after that comes the Citizen Kane of movies, a video Wyatt made mostly so he could say he's made a video called the Citizen Kane of movies. It's competent and watchable, doesn't really bring anything new except for stave off the idea that the channel would be totally dominated by anime, something that should be avoided at all costs. After that, there was a rut, a hiatus, nothing, no videos for 3 months. Just when Wyatt was starting to crystallize his style and get kind of good at consistently putting out videos that looked the same and had a distinct, not necessarily a good style, but a well-formatted, use your word, style. Because everything up till now had been good, but it wasn't great. Wyatt wasn't pushing himself anymore, and that needed to change. So he wrote a script about Roy Mustang. And Wyatt wrote this script knowing this video could be popular. I mean, he's writing about Full Metal Alchemist and one of the most famous characters from one of the most popular shows of all time. So it's not like, you know, this was tactical. But Wyatt used the opportunity to stop playing safe and crafted a script that was far more personal and far more emotional than anything he'd ever put out. He also went into some extreme depth with the analysis, creating a script that was a beastly, like, 5,500 words, which, you know, isn't a lot, but because, you know, I write, like, more than that, you know, every week on just stuff, but it was the biggest script he'd ever written, like, for the channel. Well, it wasn't the biggest script he'd written for the channel, but it was the biggest script that was written for the channel, got made into a view. Didn't I write 7,200 words on The Last of Us during a Thanksgiving break once? I should find that. Fortunately, this video also sports the worst delivery of the year. Oh, it's painfully bad. This is why I hadn't made a video in like 3 months, and it was just stilted, and the hands thing, and it's just dry. Not that that really mattered. The Mustang video was surprisingly well received. Within a month, it had about 150, 200 views, with most of the comments being extremely positive. That put it on par with the Devilman Crybaby video, and both those videos would see their view counts crawl up by about 10 or 15 views a week for the continuing months. By October, both of them would be in the high 200s, with Wyatt's sub count being around 130. Wyatt would follow the Mustang video up with a blistering pace of 1 video per month. Masa Makita video of July followed in the same vein as the Roy Mustang video, and was in many ways kind of a shrunk down version of that concept, itself also being character analysis, but of a much less popular character from a much less popular show. So of course it got less views. Not that that wasn't unexpected. It does benefit from a much better cleaned up delivery once Wyatt realized how bad the delivery in the Mustang video was. Ugh. Also notable this video is that it features the first thumbnail that Wyatt didn't rip straight off of Google Images, because like I just had to use this. I mean look at it. It's just great. Then he made a video about Inuyashiki, which even less people watched because who cares about Inuyashiki? I should point out that around this time, if Wyatt had any degree of a brain, he would have put out a video on Darling in the Franxx, which he did watch. Because everyone and their mother knew that it was the most popular thing in the world at that time, and like would have gotten views just regardless. And he did have things to say about it, but that time's passed, and yeah. I mean, surely everything I would have had to say would have been just done already. But at this point, you know, Wyatt was enjoying what he was doing, and you know, the really nice thing about getting like 15 to 60 views a video for 2 years is that you really like don't care about how the videos do. Like I don't even really check most of the time. But after that, Wyatt was feeling ambitious again, and he made a big old video about BoJack Horseman and the nature of the medium of television, which he got out on the same day, like right before the day of the season 5 release of BoJack Horseman, so it could blow up as it was relevant. Now, it didn't blow up, but that wasn't really the point. The point was to see if he could do it, and yeah, he kind of did. The script could have... My cat just came into the room. The script could have been tighter, but considering the sheer density of ideas in that video, it puts it on par with the Mustang video, and I rather like it. It even gets a bit emotional towards the end, continuing that trend. It's also like really nice to have a video that I can show to the cool old people I hang out with at church who don't know like what an anime is, and the cat is getting on the... No, you're gonna move the camera. I love you, Violet. I love you. You're my sweet little baby, but don't get on the... I put my camera on an ironing board. That's how these videos are made. And this time, Wyatt wrote 6, like, 3,000 plus word scripts, none of which end up being made. He was gearing up for something big, but he didn't really know, like, what that big thing was gonna be, like, what he wanted to do. And so he ended up just making this video about League of Legends splash art, which was actually really fun. I mean, it got 0 views, and by 0, I mean, it got 62 views? It's pretty good. This video also features the Mona Lisa of Wyatt thumbnails. Made in Sony Vegas because I don't own Photoshop and I'm too stupid to figure out GIMP. Look at this. This is beautiful. After that, things fell apart into even more of a miasma of abandoned plans and confusion. 2 videos got attempted, one of which was recorded 3 times and then scrapped because it didn't meet quality standards. It was just a bad idea. It was about SAO. Don't worry about it. You weren't missing out much. The other one was an unscripted video that got thrown out for reasons, but it did feature me using Magic the Gathering cards to illustrate basic rules of civics. So, that was a thing. By the way, whenever I throw out and don't make stuff, it's because, I think it's not good enough. So, most of my people are here from and for, like, the Roy Mustang video and videos of similar quality. So, if I can't meet that standard, I don't want to disappoint you guys. Or really, again, what's the point of making a video if you can't, push it? And then, while faffing about for the entire month of November and into early October, the Roy Mustang video got 16,000 views. And I, of course, did nothing to affect this. I did nothing to earn this. I have no idea why the video blew up. Maybe some big account that I don't know about reposted that, but judging by, I don't really think that happened. Most likely is just by an act of random chance, the video got just plucked up by the YouTube algorithm and decided to spread it around and show it to people. Pure luck, I didn't earn that. What wasn't pure luck is the fact that some of the people who saw the video clicked on it and ended up actually liking it. They left a lot of comments and likes, and that made the algorithm spread to more and more people. That's how it works. It's kind of a snowball effect. Rich gets richer. That's kind of how the YouTube algorithm is built around. Y'all gave a massive amount of love to that video. More love than I ever thought it would like get at all. It was amazingly sweet. All of these just beautiful, loving comments that video has. That comment section is wholesome and positive, and also a few people commenting on how sexy Roy Mustang is, but what else are you gonna do? I mean, they're not wrong. So Wyatt then made a response video to that success because he felt like he should, because the first time that any of his videos had gotten over 300 views, never mind over 10,000, and it was a big deal. And that video was unscripted, which is why it's bloated and dumb and never gets to the point, and it's poorly worded, but it was a thing. It's done. It's over. Glad that there were no other unscripted videos this year. I really cut that bad habit in the bud. I'm gonna try and maybe bring that back in some capacity soon, because I do need to get better at speaking unscripted, but yeah, sometimes that's a fire you really shouldn't play with, because you just end up wasting your time on an inferior product. And then Wyatt put out the Monogatari video, which is really weird, because more than any video made this year, this video wasn't really made for an audience, even though the video is on its premise about a very broad subject matter. In order to fully understand it, you have to have watched all of Monogatari, which is a pretty niche thing to do. But then the video isn't actually really even for the hardcore anime Monogatari fans, mostly because those people are just terrifying. Wyatt just made it for himself because he wanted to do it, which I think comes across in the video itself. And then the video just sat on my computer for 2 weeks because I didn't know what the thumbnail was going to be. Which, by the way, choosing thumbnail is like the hardest part of the entire process. It's so weird. I'm so bad at it. I really need to up my game on thumbnails because that's how you succeed in the algorithm. No one cares about content, so I'll just title and thumbnail. Everyone knows that. But yeah, I don't even think I promoted it. Which by the way, if I ever say promote a video, that basically just, I'm all over this camera. That basically just means that I posted it on my Twitter, I threw it in a Discord that I'm in, and I used a few alt accounts to post it on subreddits that I thought might like it, because, yeah. So that's the year. Way less videos, but far better in construction, far better in quality, with a very disparate subject material, only occasionally really aiming at growing the channel's viewership base. So here's the plan for 2019. There's going to be at least 2 videos a month. Later in the year, that might be expanded as we get better and better at making videos, and I can finally figure out how to write short scripts that are good, because I'm terrible at that. At least one of these videos will be aimed at a more mainstream appeal. There is a lot of demand for character analysis out there, and I plan to deliver it along with some other ideas that I really think people are going to like. Towards the end of the year, we're going to get a lot more experimental. The other big goal is, by the end of the year, by December 31st, 2019, I want to have 1,000 subscribers. Crack those quadruple digits. I think that's really attainable, because right now I have 396 as of this video's recording. And yeah, that's all. It's only gonna, like, the Mustang video is going to bring in new subscribers at a rate as it's currently doing. And if I have about 2 videos of that same size happen, it's gonna happen. And I think I will, because again, I got big things planned. To wrap up, the support and love that I have felt from y'all on these videos is more than I ever thought I would ever receive. It's more than I thought that, like, people would ever care about anything I made. It's just nuts, and I'm very, very grateful. Anyway, I'm gonna go and make Wyatt the War Weaver Season 3 better than anything that's ever been on this channel. Cheers, and y'all be good. Whew.
Careful with that stuff.
Yeah, Ishmael, it's just a prop. There's not actually any alcohol in here. No, I won't go too crazy.
Good to know.
You seem a lot less worried and critical than usual.
Kid, I'm always worried. But you have a job, you're mildly stable, and these videos don't seem to be distracting from anything. I only really get concerned when you start running.
Well, you know what to do when that happens.
Better than anyone.
The next video has to be better than anything I've made before. It's gotta go deeper. It's gotta hit harder. It's gotta be better than anything I've ever attempted.
Forced growth, eh? Well, I suppose that's the way to do it.
What else is the point? Well, old friend, let's get to it.